Time to see what the wizards are up to.
Oh,
Forgot to add
Hey,
I forgot to add us
everybody.
to the stream. Hi, did you want to see us? Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining our stream this week. We have quite a few things, but they're shorter topics, so
Yep.
I don't think we're going to keep you here too long. We're hoping everyone else is excited to having a short work week this week, and I know Thanksgiving's going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, we're staying home with just us. We already did one early Thanksgiving meal yesterday, practice run, and we'll be doing Thanksgiving again.
To be
on
fair,
Thursday.
just us is 9 people. So
Yeah. We did, just us, only 9 people. So, and actually, we're making a meal for another family too on Thursday. So we'll be busy. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. So we'll kick off with, I have a couple, usually we start out with news and events. So I'm going to cover a couple topics there, and then we'll get into some of the product updates. And as usual, feel free to, pop in your questions at any time. We'll try to answer them as they come in, but and any that we don't answer as they come in, we will get to at the end. So pretty much always. So one thing I wanted to just touch on is, this is industry news that happened. Some of you may or may not have heard about it. For pledge managers, we get asked a lot of questions about our pledge managers and when they're going to be done, when they're going to come out. We have historically, we've used BackerKit in the past, and we've been using CrowdOx for quite a while, for the last few Kickstarters. So I just wanted to touch on this. From our perspective, and from backers' perspective, in the short term, this isn't going to change anything. We can continue to use CrowdOx in the short term. We will continue to use CrowdOx in the short term because it has, all of our products are in there. It's what we've been using. So, for example, for the Sorcerer Kickstarter, we're working on the Wave 2, second part. We did the Sorcerer Now Backer Pledge Manager, and now we're going to do the Pledge Manager for everyone in that Kickstarter, and that we're working on right now, and that will be in CrowdOx. The positives that come out of this is there's things that we really liked about BackerKit, and there's things that we really liked about CrowdOx. And in talking with both teams, it sounds like this is going to be, over time, they'll merge the products, they'll merge the customer support team, they'll offer the marketing capabilities. You may or may not see ads for our stuff. You probably do. When we're running Kickstarters, and BackerKit has been doing, some marketing for us. So I think it'll be the best of both worlds. I don't think it's going to affect backers significantly. And we do also look at other pledge managers. It just, I think over time we're going to see a lot of consolidation in the market. It's a positive thing. It means our market's growing, and, companies are getting bigger, and they're looking at how can we better, serve our customers. But, we're cautiously optimistic and happy about it, and we like both teams. So I think it's going to be great. And I'll move on to my next bit of news here. So we were on last night. We did a quick call with Suze and Mandy on Discord. Sue Sheldon and Mandy Hutchinson. They are part of the Dice Tower team, and they have been covering our products for a long time, each separately. Suze, you may know from Gen Con. When you can't go to Gen Con, you can. So maybe this year everyone can go to Gen Con. She's run awesome programs for people that weren't able to go to Gen Con. That's how I initially knew her from. And her and Mandy run Apptastic, which is a live stream that's part of the Dice Tower Network, and it specifically focuses on apps. They're really fun. They're really awesome. So if you haven't seen them before, they are going to be playing Kapow tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. And, so we're super excited. Rob and I will also be on. We're not going to be streaming, but we'll be like, what do I call it? The guy in the chair.
We'll be there to answer questions.
So if they have any questions about rules or anything, but Kapow's, pretty straightforward. So we're super excited. And yeah, we can't wait for that. So please join us tonight if you can.
And they're going to be playing Kapow on which platform? On
Tabletop Simulator. So also, if you haven't used Tabletop Simulator and you're curious, what's that all about? Katie, if you're watching, if you can post the link below. It's on the Dice Tower YouTube channel, but if you can post it just so people have it, there's a link where you can click to get a reminder if you're interested in this. But yeah, Tabletop Simulator, and I think the implementation is pretty fun. It's not nearly as fun as, grabbing dice and, rolling real dice, but I think you'll definitely get the hang of the game. You'll see them play, maybe some heroes or villains that you haven't had a chance to see played before. So, definitely check it out. And I know it'll be on YouTube after the fact, so we'll post that as well. And then some of you, I think, have already heard that the blob turkey is back. This is a fun avatar. I actually have it as my avatar right now in the Star Realms app. And we did it 2 years ago. It was an avatar, and it was pretty difficult to get. And, so a lot of people, not a lot, but a small number of very awesome players have had it for a couple of years. And, we wanted to be festive. This is a tough year for all of us. Thought it would be a good time to bring the turkey back and, give people a chance to win it again. So this week, if you're familiar with our arena, well, if you're not familiar, I'll give you a quick overview. But in Star Realms, each week we have a different format in the arena format. So if you go into the Star Realms digital app and you click play online, arena is one of the choices that you can do. And for this week, if you win an arena run, which means you win 6 games before you lose 2, which, is very challenging, but it is also doable. The first time around, I think you had to have 22 stars in a single season. So, it was
so this
a big commitment.
It's not easy to get, but it is definitely achievable. And you get that first arena run free every week. So basically you get one, if you've got a digital account, you don't even have to own the sets that are being used in that week's arena. You can join the arena and for free every week. And if you want to join extra times, you can buy credits in the App Store. And it boils down to like 25 cents for an entry into the event if you want to join more than once. So that's a fun little goal for this week. Now,
and the format is, what's the format this week? Do you
the sets, I can't remember the sets, but it basically the mechanic this week is each turn you get an extra trade and an extra combat at the start of your turn, which makes bases a little bit more vulnerable, makes those big cards a little easier to purchase. I'm actually going to bring up
do you have any tips for people like me who've never
it's base set. We got base sets, promos, and missions and frontiers. So a good mix of sets. Let's throw this up here for a second. That's my current arena run. I got 2 wins right now, so I'm on my way to the blob turkey. None yet, but we'll see.
So, I kind of knew somebody. That's how I got the blob turkey. I haven't. Sorry, but so I just want to comment on that. What Rob said about the set. So in arena, each week there's different sets, and you can play with those sets whether or not you own those expansions. So because you can do a run for free, it's a great way to try out expansions. Like if you've never tried missions, either in the physical game or in the app, it's a great way to try it, and you don't have to buy it. So, that's another reason to check it out.
When you do win, because this is a special avatar, you don't get it immediately on the win. Basically, our staff goes in and basically sends those to you. So basically, there'll be a little bit of delay between when you win and when you get the turkey.
Yes, I have.
Especially if you
where's my turkey?
Especially if you win like on Thanksgiving itself, because since our guys have to do it manually, they may take a little extra time.
I'm going to see if we can do them for the people who've won, before Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to check with Joel and see if we can do. I don't know if you already have, but we talked about that this morning because we had people that really wanted their turkey.
Yes.
Before Thanksgiving, if possible.
So we'll try and get on there and get the turkeys that have won. So you turkeys who've won turkeys, we'll try and get you.
I feel bad for the turkey.
Well, this is the turkey's revenge. A blob turkey is a scary thing. I'm telling you.
All right, let's see. So I also wanted to just give a quick shout out that we're doing a sale on our website. So this is on shop.whitewizardgames.com. You can get to it from any of our online sites, on any of our websites. And we're doing a sale. We're doing something a little bit different. I mean, you probably know we've run chowder programs before. But first of all, we are doing a sale because, it's Black Friday and everything. So everyone's doing a sale, and that's great. So we'll have at least 15% off on everything. And we already always have bundles, which are very highly discounted on our site. But we'll have across the board 15% off on our games as well. And then if you spend $25 or more, we will give a game to Toys for Tot. So, we like to give games at the holidays in particular. And, so we want to give even more. So I encourage you guys to check out the sale, if you're interested. And so just want to let you know about that. So let's see. Kapow. So I woke up on, you probably know, I think we mentioned this last week, that solo co-op play was unlocked on the Kickstarter. Woo-hoo! What you don't know is, how my weekend goes when you're married to your boss. I woke up on Saturday morning and Rob said, we didn't really talk about this, but I want to live stream solo play today on Kapow. So
well, we've been talking about so we designed it and had been testing it, and it got unlocked.
Really
we were very excited about
it.
And we wanted to be able to show it to the backers. So we had been meaning to stream it, but very busy, lots of stuff going on, so lots and lots of work. And we ended up so I thought maybe on the weekend we could squeeze that video in.
Yeah. So, and actually this was only our second live stream gameplay ever. The last time was when we did Sorcerer Endbringer solo. Well, we did cooperative play with Rob and I playing. So we're still learning, but I think it went actually surprisingly well. Yeah. We didn't have any cameras fall down off the tripod. We didn't have any batteries fall out, battery packs fall out or die during the event. So Katie can post a link, but it's on our YouTube and on our Twitch videos as well. And it was fun watching. Yeah. I watched and it was super fun. And you should definitely check it out if you're interested.
Yeah, the solo play. We're really excited about the solo play. It's a ton of fun, and so you can check out the video and see how that goes. But it was a lot of fun to play, and I think it's the video is a good representation of how that format's going to work. So if you're interested in the solo play portion of Kapow, you can check that out through the video. And of course, if you back, you're gonna get the full 2-player game, or if you come in at the team up tier, you'll be able to play with 2, 3, or 4 players. And the solo play is just a bonus. You'll get this in addition. You don't have to spend anything extra. It's been unlocked. So basically every single hero and villain will have an automated version that will be available to play. So you'll be able to play one hero or villain, and then you play against hero or villain of your choice, and there's rules on the back of their board, so you can just flip it over and play against them. So that's tons of potential matchups there.
Yeah, and if you would like to see us live stream, any of our games or any of the heroes or villains in Kapow, either, Rob and I playing each other or Rob playing solo, let us know in the comments. And then, maybe over my holiday weekend, Rob will wake up and be like, hey, remember that person who said they really wanted to see, Sorcerer live streamed or Hero Realms, let us know, because, we did the setup. It worked very well for us. We don't have maybe as many cameras as some of the professional streamers. We're not professional streamers, but it was fun. It was actually pretty easy to get set up and get it going. So I'd love to hear what else people would like to see streamed. So let us know when we can do more live streaming. Both, Kapow's fun, and we definitely want to show things that we have, running right now on Kickstarter. But, I'd love to also do some of our other games as well. We get a lot of questions in the groups and on Discord about rules questions and stuff. So if there's a game you would like to see us play, or an expansion.
In December, we're almost certainly going to be doing some streaming of Sorcerer stuff. Peter Schultz and his team have been working their tails off on the Sorcerer stuff, and we're getting a ton of stuff in from them from the stuff from the Sorcerer Endbringer Kickstarter. Really exciting content there. So likely that's coming in in December. We'll probably I'll grab
Christmas
maybe
Eve, Rob
maybe
will feel
Christmas morning. I'll be like, hey, we got nothing going on. Oh man,
I'm supportive. I don't know. I like playing games. So, do you want to talk just really briefly about the solo?
Oh, sure. So we've
we've
mentioned this on our last stream, but this is so we have here the 235s solo play. So basically, the side with the larger picture, that is the regular play side. So when you're playing as 235, you would have that side up, and that side tells you her starting health and the dice and the die faces that she starts with. And if you're playing against her in the solo play mode or cooperative mode, you would grab her, set her health, and grab her dice and get those set up, and then you flip the board over to the back side, which has just the smaller picture of her face on the bottom. Is the one closer to me here, and that has all these powers and abilities that are listed on it. And what you do is you roll your dice and set up your board for your turn as if you're playing normally. And then once your dice are set and locked in, then you roll the bad guy's dice, and those have to be placed from the top of the board working down to the bottom of the board. So basically, the higher up an ability is on that board, the more demand it places on her dice to try and fill it in. And as we said, we got a full solo play video showing how it works, and it works. It's really smooth. It works really, really well.
All right. So yeah, I think it's awesome. So speaking of Sorcerer, actually, I guess it's covering you, but you're the one. That's
okay. I'll be the creepy disembodied voice. It's perfect for Sorcerer.
We did an update on the Sorcerer Endbringer Kickstarter. Yeah. We included this art is the Forlorn Opera House. So if you like creepy, dark stories, we posted some lore. Rob can maybe give a little teaser of it. And then you can check it out on the site. And then do you want to give a quick update?
Sure. So
just what you put in the Kickstarter update.
Yeah. First off, on what's going on with Sorcerer. So basically, we are currently on track. Peter Schultz, the Sorcerer's designer, is leading the development of it. So we've got the Endbringer content is done. So all the different things to create your the different nemesis you can battle against in the Endbringer set is done, and we are and he's right now working through all the different packs that got unlocked in the Kickstarter. You basically had initial designs and artwork of course, as you saw in the during the campaign, and he's going through and basically finishing the design for all the stuff that got unlocked, and then sending those those items to us. And our knock on wood expectation is by mid-December we'll have all that content in. Over the coming weeks, I'm going to be doing a ton of testing with with our crew, with our in-house crew here, testing, kicking the tires, working on balancing tweaks. Our graphic designers will be working on getting all these beautiful cards and stuff in their print-ready format, so that they will come out as beautifully physically as they look on the computer screen. So a lot of technical stuff behind the scenes goes into that. We're targeting getting all those files into the printer by the early end of January, early February time period. So that's our sort of production schedule, which is currently on track for our summer delivery for Sorcerer. We're super excited about that. Now, obviously, it may be that we, some of the changes or tweaks we make might require additional balancing time, etc. So while we work very hard to try and get you the games as quickly as possible, quality of play is number one. So we're happy with how everything's going so far, but it's always possible that sometimes tweaks and fixes are very fast. Other times they require lots of iterations. So there's always the possibility that we we get snagged on on one of those areas, but currently everything's going really really well, and the stuff that Peter's cranking out is just awesome. So super excited about that. And as for fans of Sorcerer, the game is very rich with lore. There's a lot of really cool stories. Peter does a lot of research on myths and legends from around the world, both modern stuff and ancient stories. Awesome. So there's a lot of really cool, and as well as creating original content too. So basically, there's just a ton of cool stories in Sorcerer. Peter has these sort of stories in his stories in his notes in his mind of, okay, this is where these things come from, etc. And our team often takes those outlines and sort of dives deeper and flushes them out. One of our writers, Sabrina Bensley, did awesome piece on for the most recent one. This was on the Forlorn Opera House, and it's an adorable adoption story, really, at its heart. So
really sweet puppeteer guy here.
Yeah, finds and adopts a child and is raising him.
Really cute child.
Well, that's him all grown up.
When he grows up. This is him when he grows up, but even when he's a child.
But yeah, you can if you go to the Sorcerer Kickstarter, Sorcerer Endbringer Kickstarter, and click on the updates link. The most recent update has that lore. Definitely worth a read. I think it's a sweet, creepy story.
Yeah, and obviously Peter reads it and gives feedback as well, and his initial feedback was, this is not dark enough, so we made it darker.
Yes. Crank up the evil.
We have a nice comment here. Someone who just discovered Epic and is excited about learning about our other games. That's great. Yeah. This is their first stream. Thanks for joining us.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah, Epic has a digital app that is free. So if you've discovered the physical game and not the digital, or vice versa, basically Epic physical game, very cheap to play. We have $15 and $20 starting decks, which give you tons and tons of replay, and no cards are random. You can buy expansion packs, but they're not random. And basically you get a full trading card game style experience. You can draft, play constructed, sealed, etc. And we also have a digital app that is completely free. You can download that app and you can play as many drafts as you want, as much sealed as you want. You can build constructed decks. You get unlimited copies of every single card in the game for building your constructed decks. There's no chasing cards. The only things to spend money on in the app are cosmetics. If you want to, get like different play boards or avatars, or you want shiny foil versions of your cards, you can spend money on that. You can also spend money to enter some competitive events, but the vast majority of play is completely free. So definitely worth checking out. On
Monday, you can play Rob.
Yeah, it's true. We have
CJ.
We have community challenge events every week on Monday, and that's going at least through the end of this month. And so it's Monday coming up. You can you can jump in the app and battle against us. Very easy to do. You just go into the play online lobby, and then there is a little button for
it's like a little players bracket.
A little bracket that you can join events. So yeah, and
Rob and Darwin also. So that's on Mondays at 7, and we stream it on our Twitch channel, which you can watch the back videos of that as well if you're new to Epic and you want to see more gameplay. And then Rob or Darwin play Star Realms on Wednesday at 7, and you can challenge them.
Yeah. So last week it was Darwin. This week it's me. So if you wanna come battle playing Star Realms tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern.
I heard on Twitter people are beating you, Rob.
I have lost occasionally, and when you beat me, you get 100 credits in the app that you can use to join those extra arenas and fight for your blob turkey. So I could be a stepping stone on your path to the mighty blob turkey.
All right. Well, speaking of Star Realms, I have a couple of cards here.
All right. So
to share that we haven't shown before.
So here we have the Naval Yard. This is the Trade Federation outpost. So big 6 defense outpost. So a beast to knock down. And this card is basically good early, good late. So you get it if you can get it early in the game. That 3 trade is going to be phenomenal for building up your deck. You can buy awesome stuff. And then later in the game, when you're thinking, I don't know if we're going to live long enough to get to the point where the stuff I'm buying is going to make it through, or if there's just nothing in the market that you want, this thing can give you 4 authority. So basically, it's like a 10-point swing, putting it down on the table, because it's going to be giving you that 6 defense outpost to protect you, plus gaining 4 authority each turn. So that's when you're trying to stay alive, the Naval Yard can be.
And that art is amazing.
And as usual, our artists really did amazing work on the Star Realm stuff. It's just phenomenal work.
So I have a question for you, Rob.
Sure.
What are your favorite pack combinations to play in Star Realms?
So I have a love-hate relationship with missions. So basically, if I'm in the mood for missions, then that becomes like the number one thing that I want to play. Other times I just want to play the straight game. So basically, I'll go back and forth a little bit on that. I like the promo card sets a lot, in that those cards tend to be pretty flashy, pretty powerful. Some of the crazier cards that we design are in the promo sets, especially promo pack 1.
I really like your 1 promo pack.
Yeah, promo pack 1. That one, you got just
except
some
for when my
really
opponent
cool,
gets the cards.
Yeah, you get the Mega Hauler and the Arc, and just some really cool stuff. And I've been enjoying playing with the Frontiers set quite a bit recently. So I'd probably say Frontiers promo pack 1, and then with missions mixed in about half the time.
Next card. I take challenges, and then I think that's fun because you get all kinds.
Yeah,
of
you get
sets.
to. Yeah,
and Rob will take challenges with any sets on Wednesdays.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, on the Wednesday stream, basically just challenge username Rob, and when I'm playing, or Darwin when he's playing. And you can pick any sets you want. Just do it as a 48-hour game. If I play you on the stream, I'll play live. So basically, we'll both be making moves in real time. But you do a 48-hour game. So in case I need to stop and chat to people or whatever, then I can basically pause the game while I'm doing that. And here we have a big machine cult base. This is has the incredibly powerful combination of card draw and scrapping. So in our design, we are this particular combination is quite powerful, and we tend to reserve it for expensive cards, or when you've managed to trigger ally or dual or double ally ability, because going through your deck more quickly while scrapping creates an incredibly efficient machine super fast. So this outpost gives you card drawing, it gives you optional scrapping, and it's giving you combat, all with a 6 defense outpost. So super powerful card, worthy of its 8 cost. Yeah, it's very exciting card to pick up for your deck, because of course It's going to be, you're playing it, you're going to draw a card immediately, going to be able to thin out your deck a little bit, and by the time you're able to purchase an 8-cost card like this, there's a good chance you're going to be allying it, especially as it's drawing cards and thinning out your deck. It's going to get better and better at activating its ally ability, and then it's hitting like a truck at the same time. So this this fortress is a pretty awesome card.
Someone was asking if this was High Alert, or maybe it was the previous one.
Yeah. So actually, I'm not sure which of the new packs these guys are from.
Yeah, we can add it in the comments.
Yeah.
I can't. Okay, I can't read the icon on there.
Yeah, on our screen, these appear pretty small because we got all the other stuff around it.
There's an icon. So on the bottom right-hand corner of our cards is a little set icon, and that identifies which set it's from.
Yeah, but we'll add to the comments.
If anyone's watching, and Adam might be watching, he might be able to add which sets they're from. Those specific cards are from. Let me see. I think we had a couple comments. If anyone has any questions. That was sort of what we had planned to present today. So if anyone has any questions they want to cover, I know I have a few in here. So let's see. I love ARC too, Andrew. And Andrew was, okay, I didn't stay till the end of your stream last night, so I don't know if you got the turkey, but he was streaming last night. It was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, he did it. His battle for the turkey run.
And we were hosting. So if you're a streamer and you play Star Realms, we can host you on our site as long as it's not conflicting with when we already have something scheduled. So shoot me a message on Facebook, and I can host you, because I love to watch other people play.
So we got a question on the various epic sets. So Guardians of Gowana Duels Lost Tribe, all new content for epic. Those are printing right now at the factory. Our expectation is the factories told us, I believe it was like December 24th, and it was Christmas Eve when they are going to be done and ready to ship. And so then from there, it's going to go to our fulfillment centers, our warehouse and fulfillment centers around the world. That product will be then going to Kickstarter backers in early next year. So January, February timeframe will be stuff will be arriving at the local warehouses and being shipped to the fulfillment centers. Fulfillment centers will pack it up and ship it to Kickstarter backers. So depending on where in the world that fulfillment center is, it'll take varying amount of time. And then the retail release will be looking at I believe it was early summer, late spring.
We're looking at May, June. I mean, it may change. We're trying to we want to make sure that all the backers get their product before we do the retail release. So everything has been delayed, with COVID, like shipping, getting shipping containers and booking shipping. So even when we have the dates and we know things are going to be ready at a certain time, booking the containers and getting the products on a boat on the way has been taking longer than it normally would. So we're trying to allow to make sure that everyone gets their stuff. And then, so our normal process, backers get their products, and then a couple months later, we'll go into retail. And generally our pre-orders will ship out, around the time of the retail release, sometimes a little bit before the retail. We want to make sure you guys have it, at the time of the retail release. So, depending on your region. So that's the general time frame, but we will update you on that. So as it gets closer and we get like confirmed shipping dates and confirmed estimated arrival dates and confirmation from the fulfillment centers that when they can slot us in. Because basically, even if you say, okay, well, the boat's arriving and it's going to arrive on such and such date, the fulfillment centers aren't always able to slot you in exactly at that time. So there's a lot of moving parts, but we will continue to update you. So continue to ask that question, and we're happy to answer it every time.
Star Realms is on the same time frame.
Yes, High Alert.
Star Realms High Alert is also printing. Same factories right now are doing the High Alert stuff. So we're also in that we have reprints of the Universal Storage Box. So if if that's something you've been we've been sold out on those, so more of those are coming.
I've had questions about when those are coming.
And then also the Epic storage box is coming in that wave as well. So lots of cool toys on the way. And I guess so. At this point, we're doing pre-orders for.
We're taking pre-orders for those products, yes, and we are also reprinting some other things. So we're reprinting Crisis, which I know people have been asking about. It's been out of stock for a while. So when we get closer and we know when it's going to be available, we'll be doing, marketing around that. But that'll, be coming into retail when it comes into retail. So we don't normally do pre-orders for reprints, but we can look at that whether we want to. We could take orders for that on our website as well, but we're not right now. But as it gets closer, game stores will be taking pre-orders for those. We'll be letting stores know.
Yeah. So Star Realms Crisis reprints coming. The Star Realms base set, we were actually super close to selling out, but the reprint got here, is getting here just in time. So that's actually
Andrew got the turkey.
Oh, nice. Congrats, man. So physical Star Realms base set is reprint is gonna be arriving at our warehouse this month. And we have Star Realms Frontiers probably still available in stores, but on our warehouse it is out. But we've got a print run of that in process. So thanks to everybody who's been buying all the Star Realms. We appreciate it.
I've seen Star Realms Frontiers. So generally, if our distributors want the product, we send it to them. We don't keep stock for our online store. Because we want to make sure that local game stores can get the games and stuff. So for Frontiers, I see a lot of people mentioning thank you Frontiers online when people ask where should I start? Where should I get the game? So you should be able to still find it in stores. But if you have your heart set on getting it for someone for Christmas, I would, get it sooner rather than later. Because it will, sell out. We're out of it. Distributors still have some of it, but it will sell out. So, just keep that in mind. You have the inside information here. Let's see. Oh, so High Alert Invasion. So it's the Invasion pack within High Alert. Thank you. Adam and Randy both commented. Thank you very much. Let's see.
Yeah, normally I make a note before the stream which pack it came from, but I forgot to this time. My bad.
Yeah, and this I don't know how to say this. Atravador has been watching the streams with CJ. So on the Monday streams, we do spoil some epic cards as well. So if you are interested in seeing what's coming in those new epic
and CJ does a good job of explaining what he's doing and why. So if you're looking to learn more about playing epic, watching CJ streams are great because he'll chat about what if he's drafting. He'll talk about what he's trying to achieve with his deck and what why he's making each pick and. Talk about his plays as he makes them and what he's trying to set up in the game, etc. So it's he is.
I actually asked him if he would like to stream some other games. He's really good at explaining when he plays. That's wide variation in how people stream, but I like it when people tell me everything they're thinking.
Someone was asking about the Endbringer. This one, the pledge manager for the Endbringer new stuff is going to be coming early December, and we know that people's finances can be tight this time of year, so we're actually going to keep that. If you can fill it out early, that's awesome because that helps us sort of pre-plan our fulfillment, how much how much will we need at each fulfillment center, and sort of get the groundwork laid super early for that. But we're going to leave that pledge manager open till the end of January. So if you would prefer to wait till after the holidays to fill out the pledge manager, you will totally be able to. So that you haven't missed it. Pledge manager for Sorcerer Endbringer will be coming next month. Now, if you back the Sorcerer Now tier, you should have long since had your product. We did a pledge manager almost immediately after the Kickstarter ended, shipped the existing content out to those guys. Everyone hopefully should have that. So if you have any issue with that, obviously email support@whitewizardgames.com. Those guys will help you out.
Yeah. So we have a question here on any hints on the upcoming Star Realms Legacy Kickstarter.
All right, so I don't know if you're if you are sort of new to our streams. We've teased a bit about an upcoming game we have for Star Realms, new set, which is super cool. Currently called Rise of Empire. This is a prequel to the current Star Realms sets. This takes place before the Blob existed, before the Machine Cult. So this is taking place when the Star Empire basically was in control of all human space. Human space was being, colonized by the corporations that make up the Trade Federation, and there were lots of frontier worlds where it's kind of a gold rush mentality: get rich quick, go to the frontier and make your fortune. Was basically the sales pitch of the corporations trying to get you to go colonize. And but life on the frontier planets was very tough. Occasionally, there would be rebellions because while life was tough there, the Trade Federation was still collecting their taxes. But the Trade Federation was rich and powerful, and the colonists not so much. So basically, things were pretty tamped down until the Star Empire came along. The Trade Federation allowed local governments, so there were monarchies and empires and republics and all kinds of governments in the colonies. They were just all under the Trade Federation, paying taxes to the Trade Federation, getting protection and supplies from the Trade Federation. And as I said, rebellions did not go so well because the Trade Federation was rich and powerful. So the emperor of the Star Empire saw how wanted to be independence, but saw how things went for his neighbors who had tried to rebel. And so he very loyally paid his taxes, kept everything looking like they were good with the Star Empire, with the Trade Federation, but he secretly built up a massive armada, a massive fleet, and then when he was ready, declared independence and threw out the local Trade Federation forces, and basically a civil war ensued. The Trade Federation versus the Star Empire, and the Trade Federation obviously wanted to crush the rebellion and keep the colonies loyal. The Star Empire was trying to convince its neighbors to join the rebellion and join the empire and throw off the corporate masters. So this game that we have coming is a legacy game for Star Realms. And in it, one player plays the Star Empire, the other player plays the Trade Federation. There's a series of games with a storyline. As you play, you'll be changing the game itself. So basically, you have the ability. There are new factions in this set that basically represent the neighboring systems to the Star Empire. So basically, there's the Kingdom, the Consortium, and the Scavengers. These are the Consortium is richer worlds that are closer to the Trade Federation, closer to Earth, basically. There's Kingdom, which is a neighboring monarchy, and then the Scavengers are further out. They're on the fringes of known space, wildcat colonies, etc. So your market will be made up of these new factions, and you will be, if you're as you're buying them, they're representing temporarily bringing those ships and bases onto your side of the conflict. But you can also permanently convert them, basically get them to be fully committed to your side of the battle. So in the game, you'll be able to spend extra trade to permanently change a card from being one of those factions to being one of those factions and part of either the Star Empire or the Trade Federation, whichever you're playing. And that card will have that new form in the future games that you play. So it's super fun, really, really cool. We've got great balancing features in it so that you get cool things happening for you in the story as you win, but we have catch-up mechanics if players are falling behind, so that the overall arc has balance to it. So really, really exciting. That's coming to Kickstarter in summer-ish next year, 2021. So yeah, that's the teaser for the Star Realms Rise Empire.
Ask Rob about that.
And I'll yeah, sorry, I tend to monologue a bit on that one.
We had a question from, I think it was Luke. So this was cool. Dude Strange is looking forward to it, and they're really interested in the lore. They're doing some fan fiction. That's exciting. Luke said his partner doesn't like the idea of legacy games, and the only one I play with, it makes me not want to get it, but I don't want to miss out on new cards.
So
can you speak to that?
Yeah. So basically, one of the really nice things about the Rise of Empire set is that it is not just a legacy game. When you are done with your play arc throughout the game, you will have a set that you can play over and over and over again, and it'll be customized to how you want it to be. Now, if you don't, for whatever reason, if you don't like the experience of playing through that legacy thing, you could just get the set and decide together, hey, how do we want to allocate these, which of these ships and bases are going to Star Empire and Trade Federation. So normally, to get that sort of final set that you can play with over and over and over again, the decisions that are made on which ships and bases go to which side of the equation are made during play as you're purchasing, but you could totally just assign it if you wanted to. So you don't
stream some. We don't want to spoil it.
So I would say yes in 6 months.
As it gets closer, we'll do the maybe one of the encounters.
But anyway, we'll have tons of videos and information on Star Realms Legacy when the Kickstarter's out, and you could look at it and decide at the time. But I will tell you, it is super fun, and you're playing games of Star Realms. Like as you're going through this storyline, you're playing games of Star Realms. The games of Star Realms are well balanced. The winners are sort of defining the story, but the next game is, we always strive for the next game in the series to be balanced, and that's something we've worked into the mechanics of the system. So if you like playing Star Realms, you're gonna like this. So I'm confident you both will really like it. So,
because I mean, for me, the thing I don't like about legacy games is when you like legacy games, traditional legacy games, is once you play it, you can't play it again. And my kid always plays it, and then I can't play it.
Sure.
So like I bring it home from the convention, and then, my son's played some of them with his friends, but then, I have to go buy it again if I want to play it again with my friends. So, that kind of is a bit frustrating. So we tried to avoid that in the design.
Yeah. And also each individual game is normal Star Realms game length. So, nice bite-sized play things. If you want to play through the whole thing, you can sit down and do that, but you can also just play those, one game at a time and come back to it. So it's, it's nice and bite-sized. And like I said, in the end, you'll be rewarded with a cool set that you can play over and over again.
And of course, not out yet, but want to know, will it be in the digital app? I don't know if we know the answer to that.
So we will certainly be working to put this into digital, but that's going to be quite a ways down the road. We're still catching up with the sets that are out for physical right now. So that'll take the digital team a bit to get to.
I want to touch on, where did this comment go? There was a comment from Luke about first I read it, why are Star Realms sleeves so expensive? And I was like, well, they're $5 a pack. I was like, is that super expensive? But it sounds like they're priced higher right now. So they are not available. So Star Realms sleeves are out of stock. We actually reordered them quite some time ago, but the production timeline, this is our first time printing the sleeves ourselves, and the production timeline is very long on them,
like everything right now with COVID and and all the social distancing requirements at factories, et cetera, like everything's taking longer right now. So we have more sleeves coming. So we're doing a reprint. We've actually so as Debbie mentioned, we've taken over printing the sleeves ourselves. We work closely with Legion Supplies on this. We're using their factory, et cetera, but we're just sort of streamlining the process. So we'll be doing the direct purchasing, and hopefully this will make them a little more available wherever you pick up Star Realms, because obviously they'll be available through all our distribution points. So.
Okay, let's see those. Oh, will there be a Star Realms expansion where every card is a double faction card?
So we have some smaller sets like that. Will there be a base set like that one day? I don't know. It's a cool idea though.
Oh, and then we had multiple comments from Cranky Day. They would really like to have alternate cards, so feedback for you rather than stickers was their feedback for replayability and things like that. Sure.
Yeah. The tricky part about alternate card printing is as you get more and the more choices you give people in the game, and we love giving people lots of choices, the more potential cards that you have to print. So basically you can print one sticker that can go on each of your 30 different cards, or you can print 30 versions, 30 different cards with that particular upgrade. And so if you have 30 different sticker upgrades that you could give on 40 different ships, then that obviously creates insane quantities of combinations, which is super cool when playing. But if you try and print the end products of those, that can get a little trickier. So possible, but that is one of the production hurdles to that method.
Okay, now we have a couple of Hero Realms questions. So Hero Realms being competitive, PvP, can it be as competitive as Star Realms? What's your thoughts on that?
So
and why?
So absolutely, when so Darwin and I are both super competitive people, and we definitely play Hero Realms very competitively. Hero Realms is a different play experience than Star Realms. I think the sort of there are obviously they use the same game engine, but there are the permanents, the things that stay in play, bases in Star Realms, the champions in Hero Realms. There are a higher percentage of champions in Hero Realms. Hero Realms cards are more powerful compared to your starting cards at the price points than Star Realms cards are. The game ramps a little more quickly. One of the reasons for that is we have these characters who have more powerful cards than a generic starting deck, so we just need a little more layers of power in order to achieve our design goals there. But absolutely, you can play Hero Realms competitively, and in fact, all the content that we make for the campaign, the skill trees for the characters, all the magic items you get, all of that stuff can be played PvP. So one really cool way you can play Hero Realms is to play with characters that are not the starting characters. Be like, all right, we're going to play, and you pick a character, I'll pick a character. We each get 3 random magic items and 5 points to spend on skills, abilities, health, whatever you want to spend them on. And so you can design your character and then battle your friend with that. So if you have the Rune of Thandar stuff and the character packs in the base game, you can do that play method as well. So yeah, they're different, but not only can you play Hero Realms competitively, you can play it competitively with the campaign upgrades to give you a lot more stuff to think about. You can sort of like design your character ahead of time and have the fun of doing that as well.
Cool. And then more feedback and input. Would love some Hero Realms counters and oversized Dragon and Lich boss cards. So, we'll take that as feedback.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That would be cool. There were some Hero Realms counters that were made by our German partner Blackfire, and people were dying. They were very expensive.
Yeah, well, they were nice. They were made out of like wood and clear plastic and acrylic. Yeah. So those were super nice. Super pricey, but super nice. But yeah, we will. We're really happy with how the score dials are coming out for the Deluxe Nova collection for Star Realms, and we're looking at incorporating those into our other games as well. So, for example, Kapow uses the same score dial type, and we'll be looking. I'm sure we'll figure out a set to bring those into Hero Realms.
So this is a really nice feedback that, very thankful for our games and that they're affordable. Wanted to know if we would have any plans for foil cards, which someone responded that we had a kick. So I don't know if you want to comment on that, Rob.
So yeah, so we've
got about Epic, if that's something that we might be getting for Epic as well.
So we're doing the Deluxe Nova collection for Star Realms, and that has foil cards in it. So we're making a foil for the initial Star Realms block, and that had a ton of demand, and people let us know very clearly they wanted foils for the rest of Star Realms as well. So those will be, once we've successfully, made this, super sweet version of the original Star Realm stuff with the foil, we'll be going to the later sets and making the deluxe editions for those as well. And once, and that is something that we'll look at making available for Hero Realms and for Epic for the people who want those, super cool shiny cards.
Yeah, and thank you so much for the positive feedback. I mean, we really do try to make our games super affordable, and we get lots of feedback. Some people are like, why don't you just put everything in a big box? And well, if we put everything all together and it's a big box, it would be more expensive, and a lot of people could not afford it. So we try to have bite-sized products that really anyone can afford.
Sure.
We have like children coming up with their like allowance money at conventions, and they're buying one thing and they want Star Realms, and it's really cute.
But at the same time, we try and make sure that the replayability is through the roof. Like you'll be able to get more play out of a $15 or $20 product that we make than most of the $50 or $100 or $40 games that you buy. And like obviously some games have insane replayability that aren't ours, but we try and make sure everything that we do has really, really, really high replayability, so that it'll be just coming off the shelf again and again and again. That's our goal when we're designing stuff. So
I think I made it through all the questions.
Yay!
But if anyone this is your final call. If anyone has questions.
When next you see me, I'll be 10 pounds heavier from lots of pie.
Yeah, we're cutting back for the next couple of days because we had sort of an early Thanksgiving feast yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
No,
today before yesterday. And of course we're gonna have
on Thursday. So yeah, hopefully I won't have like a couple more next week. So we'll be back next Tuesday. And thank you everyone for joining. And so bring your questions. Also, if you have questions, between now and then, of course, you can ask on our social media. You can contact support@whitewizardgames.com. You can jump into our Discord. I know I've been spending a lot more time in Discord because we're getting a bunch of questions. And so I'm trying to be in there to answer questions when they come up.
Yeah. Yeah. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Wow. 40K games of Star Realms played. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Like literally people play Star Realms tens of thousands of times. And I'm one of them. I love it.
Yeah. I'm always like, what are you doing? Oh, they're playing Star Realms. Okay, thank you for all the happy Thanksgivings. Thanks,
Thanks,
you,
guys.
everyone. Have an awesome week, and we'll see you online. We'll see you in arena.
Yes.
Especially Rob. This
Yeah.
guy's always playing arena.
Yeah,
so.
if you want that turkey, you're going to have to come through me.
All right, bye.
Bye.